Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome to another March Madness style series. This time around we have sit-down chain restaurants representing. If you don't remember, the first tournament we ever did was fast food chains, so we've kind of migrated from fast food to sit-down style restaurants. We have 25 seeds representing us today, so there's actually a fair bit amount of national sit-down chain restaurants. We have 13 categories in the Magical Bowl. This is the play-in round, so first out of 5 will win, so first to 3 points. If you don't understand what's going on, just follow along for a few minutes and you'll get the hang of it quite easily. First matchup we have is the 15th seed Carrabas against the 18th seed Denny's. A little Italian versus breakfast action we got going on. But before we begin, put in the comments, what is your favorite sit-down chain restaurant that you enjoy going to? Who do you want to go all the way? And which one do you despise? You'll never go there again and you want to see knocked out early. Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's get the Magical Bowl and draw the first category between these two sit-down chains. We have the last category, 13 to start us out. That's going to be the music industry. So how many times are these sit-down chains referenced in songs? For Carrabba's, it's only 5 times, most notably by Dust Staff and Lil Trash. Meanwhile, Denny's, it's 68 times, most notably by 21 Savage, Ski Mask, and Cody Johnson. So Denny's takes an early point here, going up 1-0. Again, first to 3 points will win and move on to the Sweet 16. Next up, we got Category 9. My 9s have lines. We've established that I'm weird and wrong. So Category 9 is going to be my personal preference on the matter, actually. And believe it or not, I haven't been to Carrabba's or Denny's. That's going to shock many people, especially the Denny's part of it. But it's true, so we have to re-roll. Alright, next category we got is going to be, if I could pick up a piece of paper, is going to be Category 2. So that's going to be total number of locations. For Denny's, they have 1,700 locations currently. Carrabba's only 220. So Denny's has about 1,500 more. They're going to go up 2-0, threatening to sweep Carrabba's starting out. The next category we are pulling from the bowl is Category 1. That's total revenue, what they're seated upon. Carrabba's, $699 million revenue. Denny's, $456 million revenue. So Carrabba's not going to get swept here. They do get a point. Next category we have is going to be Category 8. Category 8 is established 8. So the older the chain, the point they're going to get. Denny's, established 1953, 70 years ago now. Meanwhile, Carrabba's, established in 1986, so quite a bit younger. Denny's gonna get the point here. They get 3 points. They're moving on to the Sweet 16. Carrabba's, you are eliminated. You are out of here. All right, in the second play-in matchup, we have the 23rd seed Sonny's Barbecue, the only barbecue chain we have, against the 10th seed Longhorn Steakhouse. All right, let's get this started with Category 4. Category 4 is going to be menu variety. So instead of adding up all the different dishes and all that, I just did the average amount of sections they have in their menu. You get the menu, you see appetizer, entree, lunch specials, dessert. That's what I mean. So the average amount of sections they have in their menu. For Longhorn Steakhouse, they have an average of 12 sections on their menu. For Sonny's, that number is 10. So on average, Longhorns has a couple more sections on their menu, a little bit more variety. They go up 1-0 against Sonny's. Next category we have is going to be Category 10. Category 10 is logo preference. So my logo preference in the matter, let's look at Longhorn Steakhouse. They have a red, white, and black color scheme. It's kind of, it's kind of cool, rustic, and a little fancy. The font itself, a little bit boring but sleek. They played it on the safe side, but you have the simple but classic Longhorn on there. Meanwhile, Sonny's Barbecue, it's very big and wordy. Again, red, black, and white color scheme, and I like how they use different fonts, but there's no really image. So for that reason, I'm going to give it to Longhorn because of that Longhorn. So Longhorn's going to go up 2-0, again threatening to sweep Sonny's. Will this be our first sweep of the play-in round? We got category 12 now, which is product placement in the movie industry. So how many times are these sit-down chains seen in movies and TV shows? For Longhorns, it's 0 times. They're not in any movies or TV shows that I could find. Meanwhile, Sonny's is in 0 as well. So we're going to do a re-roll. All right, next category is category 5. It's a funky 5. I know it. Category 5 is going to be customer review. So how do us customers feel about these sit-down chains? For Longhorns, it's a 4 out of 5 star on average, which isn't bad actually. That's pretty decent. Sonny's, it's a 3.9 out of 5 stars, 0.1 less. There's some dogs, I don't know if you hear them. Neighbors' dogs need to shut up. But Longhorns does sweep Sonny's 3-0, moving on to the Sweet 16. Meanwhile, Sonny's, you are out of here. In this third matchup of the play-in tournament, we have the 11th seed Red Lobster against the 22nd seed Twin Peaks. First category we're drawing is 13, so we're going to the music industry. We'll start with Twin Peaks here. There are no notable songs that I could find. Meanwhile, Red Lobster is in 33 different songs, most notably by Beyonce and Trillville. So, Red Lobster going to get an early lead here, 1-0. Next category we got, did one fall? Can I tell? No, I don't believe so, is category 2. Category 2 is going to be number of locations. For Red Lobster, it's 719. For Twin Peaks, it is only 83. So Red Lobster, again, quick lead, 2-0, threatening to sweep Twin Peaks. All right, next up, we got category 9. This is my personal preference. And again, I haven't been to either of these restaurants, so I can't say anything. So we'll redraw. You haven't been to Red Lobster? No, I haven't been to Red Lobster. Next up is category 1, what they're seated upon. Revenue, Red Lobster, $2.6 billion revenue. Twin Peaks, $338 million. So Red Lobster, back-to-back sweeps here, is going to sweep Twin Peaks 3-0. Moving on to the Sweet 16, Twin Peaks, you are out of here. All right. Next matchup we have is Red Robin versus Moe's. So a little burger action versus some, fast casual, burrito style, kind of. Next, we have category 5 to start us off. Category 5 is going to be that customer review. Moe's has a 3.8 out of 5 star average, which is all right. It's decent enough. Meanwhile, Red Robin, a 4 out of 5 star average, a little bit better. So Red Robin actually going to get the point here, 1-0. All right, next up is category 4. Category 4 is going to be that menu variety. Red Robin has 11 different sections on their menu. Same with Moe's. So that's tied up. We're going to re-roll. All right, we got category 10 next. Category 10 is going to be that logo preference again. So let's check out these logos for where are Red Robin. It reminds me of like a 50s style looking thing. It's kind of, 2 different shades of red, kind of that arc over it. And the font's not that bad either, but I don't like it that much. Let's be honest here. Going to Moe's, it's very bright with 2 shades of blue. We go from 2 shades of red to 2 shades of blue. Kind of has a neat little shape going on. I love the little chili pepper as the apostrophe for Moe's. It's kind of funky too. I'm going to go with Moe's here. I kind of like that logo a bit better. So Moe's going to tie it up 1-1. All right, next category we got is 12. So we're going back to product placement in the movie industry. For Moe's, they're in 1 TV show or movie. For Red Robin, they're in none. So Moe's, I'm going to get another point here. Tying it up 2-1, or going up 2-1. All right, next up we have is category 3. Category 3 is going to be menu price. So your average price for a dinner entree is what I based it on. So I added up the different dinner entrees at these establishments and divided it to get the average. For Red Robin, an average dinner meal is going to run you about $12.79, which isn't bad by any means. Moe's, though, $8, about $4 cheaper. So with that, Moe's is going to win 3-1. Moving on to the Sweet 16, Red Robin, you are out of here. All right, the next matchup we have is the 13th seed Waffle House against the 20th seed Bob Evans Restaurants. Of course, Waffle House is very big down south, very big among my fan base, I would assume. We got song references to start us out. The music industry, Waffle House is in 160 different songs. I think second most in the tournament, most notably by Lil Yachty, Colt Ford, and Jacob Fox. Meanwhile, Bob Evans is in 16 different songs, most notably by Young Gravy. But they forgot the 0 at the end. 160 versus 16. Waffle House goes up 1-0. All right, next category we're pulling out is category 2. We're going to number of locations. Bob Evans, 439 locations. Meanwhile, Waffle House, 1,979. I'm pretty sure that's the most in the tournament. So Waffle House quickly goes up to 0, threatening to sweep Bob Evans. All right, next up we have category 7. Category 7 is going to be average pay per hour starting out for those baseline, cooks or hostesses type thing. Bob Evans, average $8 an hour, which is just a little bit above the federal minimum wage. Meanwhile, for Waffle House, it is $10.99 an hour. So a few bucks more is going to have Waffle House sweeping Bob Evans Restaurant. So Waffle House moving on to the Sweet 16. Bob Evans, you are out of here. The next matchup we have is the 21st seed On the Border against the 12th seed TGI Fridays. The first category we got going on is category 5. So category 5 is that customer review. TGI Friday, 3.5 out of 5-star average, which is, decent enough for restaurants. Going to, what's the other one? Oh, On the Border, we have a 3.5 out of 5-star average as well. So we are re-rolling to start off. No one gets an early point. Next category is 4. 4 is going to be the variety on that menu. On the Border, on average, 14 different menu sections. Meanwhile, TGI Fridays, 11. So On the Border actually gets a point here against TGI Fridays. All right. Next category we have is category 10. Category 10 is going to be that logo preference. Let's check these logos out. On the Border, they've kind of had a switch up in recent years, but I'm going with this logo right here, the black and red with the lime. It's okay. There's nothing too special about it, but the lime is a nice touch. Meanwhile, going to TGI Fridays, the classic red and white stripes. I have to go with the classic red and white stripes. I like it a good bit better. It's a little bit more iconic. So TGI Fridays is going to tie this up 1-1. Next category we got is 12. Category 12 going to the movie industry. TGI Fridays is in 9 total movies and TV shows. Meanwhile, On the Border is in 0. So TGI Friday is going to go up 2-1. We'll see if they can pull it off or if On the Border will climb back. We got category 3 next, which is going to be that price for an entree. On the Border will average you $15.31 for that dinner meal. Meanwhile, TGI Friday, a little cheaper, $14.51. So with that, TGI Friday gonna win this matchup moving on to the Sweet 16. And on the border, you are out of here. All right, we only have 3 more matchups in this play-in round. Next up, we have the last seed, 25th seed, Huddle House, little cousin to Waffle House, against the 8th seed, Cracker Barrel. So a couple of country-style chains, going head-to-head. Both of them serve good breakfast. We got 13 to start us out, which is the music industry. Huddle House is in 6 total songs, most notably by Muscadine Bloodline. Meanwhile, Cracker Barrel is in 75 different songs, most notably by Justin Moore, Jack Harlow, and Sean Paul, actually. So, Cracker Barrel gets an early lead here, 1-0. This would be a huge upset. Category 2. Category 2 is number of locations. Cracker Barrel, 662 versus Huddle House, only 281. So Cracker Barrel, quick lead, 2-0, threatening to sweep Huddle House. All right, we got Category 9 next up, which is my personal preference. I've been to both of these, actually, this time around. Only a few times each. Cracker Barrel, very good. Great atmosphere. I love the aesthetic. Good food, hearty food. Huddle House, it's kind of like Waffle House, kind of that late night cravings or early morning cravings. They're loaded hash brown bowl. They're loaded biscuits and gravy specifically. So good. Oh man, this is tough. I have fond memories of both. But I think I'm going to give the nod here to Cracker Barrel. I think their food's just a little more premium, and it's a little bit of a better vibe there. But Huddle House, very good. If you haven't tried it, I recommend giving it a try. Trying those loaded biscuits and gravy. So Cracker Barrel actually sweeps Huddle House with that. Moving on to the Sweet 16, Huddle House. Some people may call it the Imposter House because they couldn't even put up close to a fight that Waffle House did. You are out of here. But again, try it. Underrated. All right, second to last matchup we have is the 9th seed Texas Roadhouse against the 24th seed Golden Corral, our only buffet chain. All right. Golden Corral, second to last seed, if you want to know that as well, if you didn't catch that. Category 5 is what's going to start us out. So we're going to customer review. Texas Roadhouse, 4 out of 5 star on average. Pretty good. It's pretty good if you get a 4 or above in this type of situation. Meanwhile, Golden Corral, 3.8 out of 5 star average, a little less. Texas Roadhouse going to go up 1-0. Next category we got is category 4. So that's going to be menu variety. Golden Corral, they do have a menu. It's not just their buffet. You can order from a menu, and it has about 12 sections. Meanwhile, Texas Roadhouse has 12 sections as well. So that's actually going to be a tie. So a re-roll. Next up, we got category 10. Category 10, again, going to be that logo preference. Let's look at these. Golden Corral, pretty iconic, classic looking logo. We got the red, gold, and kind of that off-white as their color scheme. It's not bad. It's easy on the eyes. It's, again, kind of a classic logo. Meanwhile, Texas Roadhouse, the kind of neon sign look to it, the multiple different colors. Oh, man, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to give the nod here to Texas Roadhouse, going up 2-0, threatening to be another sweep. We've had a few sweeps in this match. Next up, we got category 12. We're going to the movie industry here. Texas Roadhouse isn't in any TV shows or movies that I could find. Golden Corral is in one. So Golden Corral actually going to get a point here, 2-1. Next category we got going on is category 3. Category 3 is going to be that average price for a meal. For Golden Corral, $11.49. For Texas Roadhouse, $14.76. So a little bit more. So Golden Corral is actually going to tie this thing up 2-2. Again, this would be a huge upset if the buffet beat the Roadhouse. All right. Next up, we got Category 11. First time getting Category 11 today, I believe. And that's going to be my slogan preference. I'm going to check out these slogans, see which one's my favorite. For Texas Roadhouse, legendary food, legendary service. You know, that's pretty high and mighty, talking itself up. That's pretty decent. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone. I get that because it's a buffet, so just get what you want, kind of walk around sort of deal. It makes sense. It's slightly catchy, but I don't like it that much. So, legendary food, legendary service. I feel like a big Texan saying it in a big, thick, warm, heavy accent. I'm going to give that to Texas Roadhouse here. They're going to edge out Golden Corral 3-2. Moving on to the Sweet 16. Golden Corral, you put up a hell of a fight, but you are out of here. All right, we have one more matchup in this play-in tournament. In this play-in round, we have the 17th seed Hooters against the 16th seed Bonefish Grill. All right. Well, one fell. The flying one will be the chosen one. That will be the last category, music industry. So we have Bonefish Grill in 0 songs that I could find. Meanwhile, Hooters, 72 different songs, most notably by T Grizzly, Yellow Wolf, and NLE Choppa. So Hooters going to get the early lead 1-0. All right, next up we got Category 2. Category 2 is number of locations. Hooters, 420 locations. Meanwhile, Bonefish Grill, only 175 in comparison. Hooters goes up 2-0, threatening to sweep to end this out. Next category we have is Category 9, my personal preference. Well, holy darn. I haven't been to Bonefish Grill, but I have been to Hooters one time when I was like in middle school, and my friend's family took me there. Well, I was just a part of it. So the one time I have been to Hooters is going to be enough to sweep Bonefish Grill and propel Hooters into the Sweet 16. Bonefish Grill, you are out of here. All right, so that's the end of the play-in round. We have our Sweet 16 set for the next video. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sweeps and no 3-2 matchup. The best matchup was Texas Roadhouse versus Golden Corral. So in the next video, I know some people love a Cinderella story. So the lowest seed in the Sweet 16 is going to be the 18th seed Denny's and the 17th seed Hooters. There is no 20+ seed left. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Hit me with the like button if you like this tournament so far. Subscribe if you want to see more of these type of brand style tournaments. And without further ado, Southern Woods out.